Hey, Shalom, coming to the name of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakudash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and salutes unto the Archim which continue to push the word in truth and in sincerity. And pretty much, I'm just going to make this straight to the point. And yeah, man, the spirit of Nabal seems to be moving quite heavily, even in this time. But the question is, will there be an Abigail to save you, man? Now let's get into this, and then we'll apply it, and I'll be out your way. So this is the book of 1 Samuel 25, and I'm gonna start from verse 2, and it says, there was a man in Maon whose possessions were in Carmel, and the man was very great, and he had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats, and he was shearing his sheep in Carmel. Now the name of the man was Nabal, and the name of his wife Abigail, and she was a woman of good understanding and of a beautiful countenance. But the man was churlish and evil in his doings, and he was of the house of Caleb. Now, just a quick point on that. People seem to think that we have a default setting mode whereby we so-called hate women. No, we don't hate women, man. We love women, okay? And a default setting mode that all women are stupid. No, we never said that. Now there's a majority of what goes on in this day and age, and due to that, there's a heavier response. But we also understand that along with men, our women aren't in their right mind. And a woman in her right mind is to be a comfort and a joy to a man, alright? And women in their right mind can have understanding, man, perhaps not on the level of a man, but in the way to operate, the protocol or the principle of things, Women have understanding in that, man. And of course, she was of a beautiful countenance, okay? And it says in verse 4, and David heard in the wilderness that Nabal did shear his sheep. And David sent out 10 young men, get you up to Carmel and go to Nabal and greet him in my name. Wow. And thus shall ye say to him that liveth in prosperity, peace be both to thee, and peace be to thine house, and peace be unto all that thou hast. And now I have heard that thou hast shearers. Now thy shepherds which were with us were hurt. We hurt them not, neither was there aught missing unto them, all the while they were in Carmel. And thy young men, and they will shew thee. Wherefore let us young men find favour in thine eyes, for we come in a good day. Give, I pray thee, whatsoever cometh to thine hand unto thy servant, and to thy son David. And when David's young men came, they spoke to Nabal according to all these words in the name of David, and ceased. And Nabal answered David's servants and said, who is David? And who is the son of Jesse? There be many servants now, a days that break away, every man from his master. Shall I then take my bread and my water and my flesh, which is meat, and I have killed from my shearers, and give it unto men whom I know not whence they be? So David's young men turned their way and went again, and came and told him all those things. Okay, so let's break it down so far. That's obviously what happened, and pretty much Nabal was being sarcastically proud, man. Who is David and who's the son of Jesse? Like, come on, nigga, man. You know who David is, man. Okay, David was the king. All right, and not only did he disrespect David, he disrespected his father, and he said, and who is Jesse? Because Jesse was the father of David. Okay, all right. So he's being sarcastic, like, who's that guy, man? What you mean to say because he's in this position, I should give this and I should give... Man, who's David? As a matter of fact, who's Jesse? Who's that? Who's that? Like, who does he think he is? And that's the exact same thing which is going on right now, unfortunately, in the world of Israel, man. Okay? You have men that that you know, let's go back to verse 3. You know, it says what? In fact, verse 2, and there was a man in Maon whose possessions were in Carmel, and they were very great. You know, you have men that come into the truth, and they learn, man, and their possessions would be like the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. You know, they have sharp minds, you know, which is scriptural, because the scripture says that will make them of quick understanding, and they're able to retain a lot of information. And really and truly, in the early stages, not talking like I'm experienced or anything, because I'm not, but you know, having passed that stage, you know, when I hear the elders say it's true, you know, yeah, year 2, year 3 stage, you're pretty much, you understand, but you're pretty much just saying what's been said or what you hear the men above you say. You know it's correct, but you don't have a complete spherical understanding. You just see one side of the story, or one side of the coin, as it were, man. It takes a few more years and more experiences and more time and patience and studying and experiences to get a holistic view of what's actually being said. Alright? You know? But anyhow, guys can come in and, you know, kind of get with the program quite quickly. That would be what the rich is, man. You know, not understanding that it all goes back to obviously the Lord, you know, via the hand or the men that the Lord used to teach, man. Okay, you know, and then when it's time to give back, like it was for Nabal, it's a jealous, mean, greedy spirit, you know, iced off with sarcasm and outright rudeness, man. You know, when it's time to acknowledge order, men don't want to do that, man. You know, now breaking away is fine. You know, as it's been said, if the spirit has it where you break away from great millstone, and it's on amicable terms, and you know, then fine. May the Lord be with you, man. Okay, you know, but people that break off because they can't be under order, or they think that their possessions, aka their knowledge base, is so big now that they have to be by themselves and they're the biggest character in the room and things of that nature. Like, the Lord ain't dealing with that, man. The Lord is not dealing with that. Okay, you know, and everybody in Great Millstone's wrong, and nobody's on fire, and men are in a demonic spirit, and this and that. Well, if that was the negative case, how would you have got those possessions, man? You know, how would you have got that understanding? How would you have got those riches? All right, and that's the thing, man. Nabal, yeah, he had something, but it weren't on David's level, you know. And that's the problem with a lot of guys, man. And may the Most High protect me, because I can only speak for myself, man. I can pray for brothers as we instructed to do, you know, in our closet between us and the Most High, man. You know, we pray for ourselves, we pray for each other, you know. But at the end of the day, man, you're responsible for your own being and what you do, man. Okay, that's between you and the Lord. And I pray, man, my supplication to the Lord, man, is that I am not amongst those who become ungrateful, man. You know, and we all have pet peeves and irks and things that we don't like, man. But even in the world, man, you know, even in the world, as wicked as I was, man, there's one thing which always crawled my blood. It was an ungrateful nigger that just can quickly forget how you was there for them, what you may have done for them. Not that you want praise for it or anything, but it's just to see how someone can switch up on you, man, and act like you ain't done shit for them, you know, and treat you like the dirt on the ground, man. That trait of a nigga, I've always hated that, man. You know, but it's not about me, it's about the Lord, man. Okay, you know. But that's the point. Nabal had something, you know, a couple possessions here and there. You could call him rich, you know, but it was nothing compared to David, man. And that's the thing. Guys learn one or two precepts, you know, one or two breakdowns, you know, get a little confidence. And I've said this, man. Guys join the camp so that they can get road experience, man. You know, it's like when you teach a baby to swim, right? You got to put them in the paddle pool. You got to let their toes touch the water, man. A lot of guys come in the camp so they can get accustomed to the feel of being in the paddle pool, being in the water, as it were. And as soon as they can swim, all right, they take off the armbands, they throw it in your face, they put their middle finger up and say fuck you, and they go and do their own thing. And they think they're alright because they're swimming for a while, man. You know, but guess what? There's a tide that's coming, man. There's a tide that's coming, okay? Because this ain't no fucking leisure center swimming pool, man. This is the big blue sea. This is the ocean, baby, okay? And there's a tide that's coming that if the Lord is not with you and if the Lord is not with me, that that sea or that river is gonna swallow your ass up, man, okay? And an ungrateful spirit will not stay afloat, okay? An ungrateful spirit will not stay afloat, man. Alright? The Lord is not dealing with that, man. Okay? Just because you think you have something in your head now, then Great Millstone, the worst thing going, you know, and things of that nature. And obviously there's certain situations that's going on, you know, within the camps, but you know, even brothers in you know, I've experienced that over here, man. You know, not too long ago either, man. So it may not be on the same scale, you know, or ranging over the amount of years, but the same similar concept, you know, is felt, man, because we've had that over here, man. Okay, you know, just ungrateful men that they're with you for a time. You know, the scriptures say that, man. You know, a man will be have a friend in season, timely for himself, roughly paraphrasing, man. You know, some men are only around for their own benefit, man, not for the benefit of the furtherance of the gospel. It all goes back to the motive and the intention. Is it to preach the gospel, you know, or is it to lift up yourself? Okay. So when it was time to give back, Nabal weren't trying to hear that, man. You know. And David gave peace to him. He said, peace to your house, peace to you, you know, shalom to all that you have, you know. And that's like starting with the apostles and the bishop elders and the other elders on down, man. You know, and brothers that come in the camp, it's like peace is given unto brothers, man. You know, brothers are treated correctly, man. You know, brothers are helped, man, in any way, shape, or form. You know, whatever needs to be done, we come, excuse me, we come together and get it done, man. You know, so that's like the part where it says, here we go in verse 6. My eyes just fell on it. Barak they are Bashem Yoshai. And thus shall ye say to him that liveth in prosperity, peace be both to thee and peace be on thine house, man. You know, shalom alechem, peace to you. Okay. Shalom la bayaf, man, and peace to your house. You know, and peace be to all that you have, man. Alright, all your goods, all your riches, all your substance, man. Everything that comes under your name, Nabal. Shalom to that. Peace be upon it, man. So David came in peace, man. Alright. You know, coming into the camp, you know, getting deeper insights for the scriptures, you know, dealing with brothers taking you in with open arms, you know, as we all were took in with open arms, and then we extend that same sentiment. Because when you come into the truth, man, you learn real brotherhood, man. Brotherhood is extended to you and me, and then we in turn extend brotherhood to each other and men that come in after us, man. You know. So brothers are welcomed in peace, man, and in love. Alright? And after David's men told him that, he still came with a hostile response, man. And that's what I've realized, man. You can do all that you can as a brother for another man, alright? But if that man's not right, no matter how good you were to him, man, or to them, alright? No matter how much you accommodated, you know, men, and where they were and tried to work with people and things of that nature and just be brotherly overall, no matter how much you did, man, alright? And niggas always gonna turn around and find a problem with you, the camp, or the head of the camp, or a whole region in general, because they're just not right, man. They're just not right. Okay? But David never came hostile. David came peaceably, man. Okay? You know, Shalomar, the name Solomon, which means peaceable, man, or like peace, peaceable. David came in that spirit of Solomon, which is his son anyway, which is the Lord, man. Okay, but coming in that spirit of peace is actually coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Okay, Yahweh Shai welcomes us in with peace, man. Okay. So when you come in the spirit of peace, you're really coming in the spirit of the peaceable one. Okay. Shiloh, Shalomar, Yahweh Shai. One of his titles is what? Prince of Peace. So when you're brotherly to brothers, man, you're coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shai in the form of peace. But still, it's an issue, man. Okay. So let's go back to where we were. So verse 12, so David's young men turned their way and went again and came and told him all those things, saying, and David said unto his men, gird ye on every man his sword. And they girded on every man his sword, and David also girded on his sword. And they went up after David about 400 men, and 200 abode by the stuff. Okay, and that's kind of deep, because look, David, we know who David is in the various reincarnations, which we're not going to get into, but that's his spirit, man. Come to you in peace. He's lowly, he's humble, but in the moment you violate, man, David is ready to take your head off, man. Okay, which is the spirit that the Lord had put upon him, man. David is a lowly, easygoing guy, man. Lowly, easygoing guy. But the moment you rise up and violate, man, he's about to separate your head from off your shoulders, man. And that's the spirit of the Lord, man. Okay. So David said, what? Man trying to violate me. See that UK slang came out. He obviously didn't say that, but for like emphasis sake, man, so we can like really get it, man. You gotta animate this, bring the point home. David looked like he can imagine his men were around him, telling him the report, and David's face just dropped. His eyebrow probably raised like, say what? What do you mean? I sent you out in peace to Nabal, and that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying, yeah? Okay, cool. Now let's go. Let's go. Let's go check him. Let's see what he's saying, innit? Check for my man. So like, but that's what David was like. Okay, cool. Let's go see him then. But he didn't want to accept my peace. He's gonna accept this sword though. He ain't got a choice, right? And that's the thing, man. You think you can just learn from men, be around brothers, and then disrespect the program and walk off and still have the riches? What did it say? What did it say at the end of verse 13? About 400 men and 200 abode by the stuff. All that you had, man, the ungrateful bastard nigger spirit, all that you had, all the stuff you had, all the knowledge you thought you had, alright, it's not even as much as you thought you had, but whatever you did have, there's spiritual soldiers standing by the stuff, man, alright? And these soldiers ain't physical, these soldiers are angels in this day and age, man, that will take back whatever you had, whatever you did have, right? It will be taken back, man. That's the scriptures. The house was what? Swept and garnished. And when it was empty, meaning when the truth was taken, 7 stronger demons came in than that was originally there at the start, I believe, man. Alright? So if you want to walk away from brothers, like I said, you can walk away, and it's been said, you can walk away and not be amongst brothers and be on good terms. But when you walk away talking shit and think that you still got the stuff, just remember, 200 men stood by the stuff, man. Meaning that once Nabal was dealt with, them things would be repossessed. Okay? The spiritual bailiff is here, nigga. All that shit you got is getting taken back. Okay? Alright, don't let the Lord wake your ass up one day, alright, and you're talking about Jesus Christ or Allah Akbar, man. Okay? Fear the Lord, man. People think it's a guarantee that you wake up tomorrow in the knowledge of Yahweh, Bashem Yoshai, Bashem Rakah Kodash, man. The Lord could have your ass go to bed on Saturday, and on Sunday morning you're programmed to put a suit and a tie on and go to the church talking about praise break, man. Okay? The knowledge in our head, it's not a guarantee it'll be there tomorrow, man. Psalm 51 verse 10 and 11. Take not the Holy Spirit away, man. Okay? Alright? Wow. But verse 14, but one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, Behold, David sent messengers out in the wilderness, our master, and he railed on them. But the men were very good unto us, and we were not hurt, neither missed we anything, as long as we were conversant with them when we were in the fields. Okay, now let me jump down to verse 18. It says, Now Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves and 2 bottles of wine and 5 sheep ready dressed and 5 measures of parched corn and 100 clusters of raisins and 200 cake of figs, and laid them on asses. And she said unto her servants, Go on before me, behold, I come after you. But she told not her husband Nabal, because Nabal would have been like, What, woman, sit down, you ain't going to give all of this to David, man. Here it is, I'm chatting shit basically against him, and you're going to appease him. Woman, sit down. So she was wise, man, because she knew that David was coming to as I said, to separate his head from off of his shoulders, man. Alright? So she prepared all of this to appease, or to mitigate. Is that the word? Where you like lessen the blow of a bad situation. I believe it's mitigate, to basically cool down the situation. Okay, and it was so. And she rode on the ass, and she came down by the cover of the hill, and behold, David and his men came down against her, and she met them. Now that's frightening, man. That is frightening. That's wise, but it's also very bold of a woman, man. Alright, you had soldiers, you had David in his armor, coming down. He would have looked terrible and glorious, man. And you have a woman going head to head with him and his 400 men. Wow. They would have been shocked, like, what the hell, like, we're going to war, and then you got asses. They're on horses, then you got asses, which is donkeys, bearing the load of all these goodly things. And then you got a woman coming behind them. Like, they would have been like, what the hell's going on here? But still, for her to go against, imagine a woman going up against 400 men and the king's in the middle. Like, and they're on war. As Benjamin say, war. Crazy, man. Now David said, Surely in vain have I kept this fellow having the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that pertained unto him, and he hath required me evil for good, and so more also do the Most High unto the enemies of David. Okay, we're going to jump to verse 23. And when Abigail saw David, she hastened and lighted off the ass and fell down before David on her face and bowed herself to the ground. Because number one, she's a woman. Why is she looking face to face, standing eye to eye with a man? And number two, that's the king. So she jumped off that ass, man, and got on the floor and fell down on the floor and bowed before her king, man. And said, Upon me, my lord, upon let this iniquity be, and let thine handmaid, I pray, speak in thine audience, and hear the words of thine handmaid. Let not my lord, I pray thee, regard this man, Belial, even Nabal, for as his name is, so is he. Nabal is his name, and folly is with him, because the word Nabal means to be foolish, man, to be silly. But thine handmaid, I saw the young men of my lord, whom thou didst send. Now therefore, my lord, as the Lord Yahweh liveth, and as thy soul liveth, see if the Lord hath withholden thee from coming to shed blood from avenging thyself with thine own hand, and let thine enemies and they that seek evil to my Lord be as Nabal. And now the blessing which thine handmaid have brought unto thee, my Lord, let it be given unto the young men that follow my Lord. So that's all the figs and the wine and the meat, and the raisins and all that stuff, man. So, and the story goes on, you can finish it off. But basically, Abigail, went up before David, to you know to to stop him from killing her husband, in verse 33. And blessed be thy advice, and blessed be thou which hast kept me this day from coming to shed blood, from avenging myself with mine own hand. Now, David sometimes did things that um it was out of his wrath, but it wasn't exactly lawful. Because if David killed Nabal, it wouldn't have been a lawful slaughtering. It would have been murder, because even though Nabal was wrongful, he did, there's no exact law saying, and if thou is rude to the king, he must be killed. No, you're gonna get looked at funny, you may get fucked up, but you can't kill a man. But David was gonna go and kill him, so he was saying, well, blessings to you, basically, Abigail, because you stopped me from doing a bad thing, even though he was so-called right, But guess what? When we apply it to the truth, that's why we don't retaliate, or the apostles and the elders don't retaliate, man, in that sense, alright? You want to talk shit about the men you learned from, go ahead to your heart's content, but there is one coming who is above the law. There is one coming, who is the fulfillment of the law. There is one coming that when he kills, no man can question, okay? And that's the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi. So keep talking shit, man, alright? Because there is an army coming, alright, who won't be stopped by an Abigail, alright? Whatever your Abigail is, man, whatever you think is going to go before you and appease the wrath of the Lord because you spoke shit against his men, alright? Wherever you think your Abigail is, man, alright? Those who operate in the spirit of Nabal concerning this truth, whatever you think your Abigail is, trust me, or trust the scriptures, rather, Abigail won't save you this time. Whatever your Abigail is, it could be a physical woman, it could be whatever it is for you, man. Your Abigail won't save you this time, alright? If you want to get the knowledge and disrespect where you got it from, disrespect authority, talk shit about men, alright? Let's see how far you get, man, okay? Because Abigail will not be there to save you this time. Those who operate in the spirit of Nabal concerning this truth, Abigail will not be there to save you this time. And is that I'm out, man. Shalom. As there's a meme out there, man. There's a meme out there of this West African uncle, man. If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it, man. Shalom.